let's chat for a quick minute. I saw one of my favorite YouTubers do a video about where she looked on her Goodreads want to read list and found the highest rated on the list and the lowest rated, and she read those and then she kind of gave her opinion on them. So I wanted to do the same. I went on Goodreads on my want to read page and found the highest and lowest rated ones that I own. And that's what we have today. The lowest rated on my to be read, my want to read list was Tessa Bailey's Too Hot to Handle. This is rated a 3.29, which is not technically that bad of a rating. This is the lowest one that I had on there. Tessa Bailey has not been one of my favorite authors lately. So we'll see how that goes. I don't know that I'm going to disagree with their rating. I mean, I hope I do. I'm hoping for the best. But like I said, Tessa Bailey isn't my favorite lately. So we'll see how that goes. So in the next couple of days, hopefully it's just a couple of days, we'll be reading this. And my highest rated is 4.39. And it's Hilary Mantel's The Mirror and the Light. This is the third book in a trilogy. Obviously, we've already read the other two. So this is the next one on the list. And it is a big, big one. I am listening to this on audiobook. From the last two, I've learned that this is very, very history heavy and less fiction. So, I'm still enjoying it. It's not the same. So we're listening to it on audiobook while we read it. And that'll help it go a little bit faster, I think, for this video. So we're making some progress. I'm listening to the audiobook of this, The Mirror and the Light, because it is huge, the font is small, and it is very historical, very heavy on the history. So it's a little slow going, and the audiobook is like 40 hours long. So where are we at? We are a little over 200 pages in, and it's good. I like history. I like reading history, especially like this time period and all. But my biggest complaint with this is them switching and like people having flashback memories and them not really, like, it's one paragraph it's talking about the present and the next paragraph it's in a memory, and it doesn't really, they don't really tell you like they're having a flashback. It just goes there. So I think that's my biggest issue, but we're gonna stick it out. We're gonna finish it. It's like a 700 page book, so still got about 500 pages left to it. For me, I doubt this is gonna be like a highest rated for me, but I can see where it would be some people's highest rated. The lowest rated is Too Hot to Handle, Tessa Bailey. Tessa Bailey has not been one of my favorites lately, so this has been interesting. I'm on chapter 9. I'm on chapter 9 of Too Hot to Handle. It is not the worst book I've ever read by far, but it's not wonderful yet either. And I mean, it wasn't like, it's the lowest rated on my TBR, but it was like a 3 point something, like in the higher threes if I'm not mistaken. So it's not a bad book. My biggest issue with Tessa Bailey lately is her newer books, like the newer ones that come out just seem to be having too much smut, too much descriptions of things in it, and I don't like that. It's too much. It's too much. So far this one is okay as far as that, but we're only like 60 pages in, so they're like, they don't even know each other yet. Like they just met, so we're still early on, but we'll see how it goes. Our highest rated, The Mirror and the Light, reads way more nonfiction than fiction. It's not bad. Like I said before, the font is small. There are a lot of pages, and it is way more nonfiction-y. It's facts and dates, and it's like you're reading a history book almost. And I don't know how much I like that. And I don't know how much ground this story is going to cover, because it's not necessarily on Henry VIII. It's on Thomas Cromwell. I don't know if it goes to like through all 6 of Henry VIII's wives, but right now we're only on the 3rd wife, Jane Seymour, and she hasn't even had the heir to the throne yet. So I don't know how far this is going to go, but we're a little bit more than halfway done, and I am looking forward to finishing this trilogy off. Definitely would not be my highest rated, but I can see why some people would love it. The highest rated is Too Hot to Handle. We've been reading that. I kind of can see why it's the lowest rated on my TBR. It's not bad. I don't like how this guy met her and like 2 seconds later he's obsessed. Like, he doesn't know anything about her. He's very obsessed with her. And she is obsessed with him but doesn't want to admit it. It's very strange. But it's kind of a quick read on like the font is pretty big and it's easy to read. So, but honestly, it's not pulling me in enough to make me want to read the other 3 books in this series, and it's sad because I already own them all. Definitely learning my lesson on doing more research before I buy an entire series. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it picks up a little bit on both of them. Hello, we are updating again, and I'm looking rough today. We were like Cinderella. We were scrubbing tile in the kitchen because we bought a house, an older house that has white tile in the kitchen, and I have 4 kids, so you can just about imagine how that looks after a while. So we were scrubbing tile, and I look rough today, but that's okay. I'm going to update you on my highest and lowest read because we have made progress. We have finished the lowest read, Too Hot to Handle. It was not bad. Tessa Bailey is getting more and more smutty in her writing, I think, which is not my cup of tea. I don't like reading about all that intimate stuff. So it was a little bit difficult to get through. We had a lot of scenes that we needed to skip through in this book. But it could have been like really cute without all that in it. And it still was a good story without that in it. But it just made me sad to have to skip as much as I did. Bottom line is, it's not the worst book I've ever read. Like I said, would have been easier if it didn't have all those scenes in it, but it wasn't terrible. It was good. She found herself. She was very much feeling lost, didn't know who she was, trying to recreate herself, and then she met your boy right here, and they kind of found themselves together because he was searching for himself too, you know? So it was good. It was a good book. I already own the other 3 of this series, and I don't know if we're going to read them because, like I said, your girl's writing too much smut. So that's the lowest rated. Now, our highest rated was A Mirror and the Light. As you can see, I'm incredibly close to finished. I think I have 50 or 60 pages left. I don't know if I will finish today. It's picking up. It's picking up in the end. I don't know Thomas Cromwell's story very well, and this is very much based on Thomas Cromwell instead of Henry VIII. So it's a different side to that era and that story, which I kind of enjoy. Where we're at right now is Thomas Cromwell got Henry VIII to marry Anne of Cleves from Germany. And When she got here, Henry did not like her. He didn't like her at all. So he wants a divorce. He's looking for a divorce, and Thomas Cromwell looks like he's being blamed for it because he set up the marriage, and he's kind of panicking a bit because he doesn't want to be pushed out or lose Henry's favor, because Henry will just cut your head off and be done with you. So he's kind of freaking out a bit. People keep telling him that Henry is kind of having eyes for Catherine Howard, which ends up being his next wife. So in 50 pages, I don't know how much it's going to cover. And I honestly don't know if Thomas Cromwell lived past Henry VIII or if he was killed off, or like, I don't know how he died. And I'm trying my hardest not to Google it because I am a Googler. When I watch a show or I'm reading a movie, sometimes I get all excited and I have to figure it out, and I can't just wait. So I'm trying my hardest to wait and read the rest of this book to find out exactly what happened. So that is where we're at. And there's a pretty good possibility I'm going to wrap this up at least by tomorrow. We finished it. It ended better than I thought it would. Like I said, I didn't know Thomas Cromwell's story. I didn't know how it ended. It was good. I can see why it was my highest rated on my Goodreads. That being said, I don't think I'd ever reread it because it was very history heavy and a little less fiction-y. So not exactly my forte, I guess. I can definitely see why this is one of the highest rated on my Goodreads page. So that is a wrap up. Too Hot to Handle, lowest rated. Mirror in the Light was the highest rated, and I can see why both are rated the way they are. So, hope you enjoyed this video. Remember that God loves you, and I love you, and you are important.